Hello everybody. Today we are going to review the movie. Yeah, I can't get this camera angle right. God damn. Anyway, today we are going to review the movie Sonic the Hedgehog. So this movie is from 2 years ago, and it got a lot of criticism due to the original design of Sonic, which looked... Yeah, because Sonic is supposed to be a kid, and he was designed as an adult, and it just looked totally off from the original Sonic that we all know and love. So I would say, I don't even remember the original release date, like what this movie was supposed to be originally released. I believe way back in like 2019. But then because of obviously the design flaws and everything else, they went back to the drawing board and redid basically the entire movie, because they would have had to redo all those scenes with the new Sonic design, and the new one was done properly as far as I was concerned. So I was kind of even skeptical. Am I even saying that right? Skeptical about going to see this movie, about even watching this movie originally, because I wasn't sure what just a design change would even do, whether it would make the movie that much greater or not. But I was happy with the final product, and it was actually a really good movie. And I believe when they announced who was going to be cast as Dr. Robotnik, a lot of people weren't necessarily happy with that. But oh my God, like, if you don't know like Jim Carrey's whole catalog of acting, you definitely need to go take a look at that for sure, because he has done a whole array of different acting, different roles is the word I'm looking for in his career. So yeah, for him to step up and do a more serious one, even though there was a little bit of joking with it, for sure, for him to play a villain is not totally out of his wheelhouse, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, and I thought he did a fantastic job at playing the villain in this movie. So if you know Jim Carrey, you knew he was going to do a good job no matter what role he was in. And I think, unfortunately, it is kind of sad, though, that I believe this was around the time that he was actually kind of like showing everybody who he really was as an actual human being. And he's kind of gone back to just... because he considered Jim Carrey to kind of be like a character. He didn't feel like Jim Carrey anymore at a certain point in his life, and nobody could actually... Not a lot of people, I guess, could handle the fact that he was just trying to be himself. So he kind of went back to, when he's doing interviews and stuff, to just kind of the goofy character that everybody used to know, which kind of sucks, because I think he was tapping into something real there, right? So anyway, but back to the movie review. So it starts out with Sonic. Now, who voiced the girl at the beginning of the girl, the owl? What was her name? Oh my God, come on. Anyway, he's obviously not... He doesn't start out on Earth. I can't find for whatever reason why that wouldn't be there. You would think it would be a more important character, but anyhow. So obviously he doesn't start out on Earth. He ends up getting transported using the rings, obviously, to Earth by his protector, and I wish I could remember her name. Maybe it'll come to me eventually, but anyhow. So he's spent, I don't know how many years on Earth, but he spent quite a significant amount of time, because he's had the time to get to kind of know the people in the little town of, I believe, Greenwood was the name of it. And then eventually, when he is discovered by Tom, who is played by James Marsden, and I guess Ben Schwartz is the voice of Sonic. So anyhow, yeah, he kind of, it is a little bit sad in the beginning because you kind of see how alone he truly is now that he's trapped on another planet. And it does, yeah, it does suck. But also, one scene that I wanted to point out when he is alone before he even gets found for real is the scene on the baseball diamond when he's playing baseball by himself and it shows him in various different spots. That shows truly how fast he actually is and the full potential of his power, because he actually runs the baseball diamond so fast he creates his own EMP. So that actually shows how powerful Sonic truly is. And yeah, it was just, I'm glad that they showed that much of his abilities and powers in the movie. So yeah, I was really happy with that at least. And Jim Carrey was perfect as Dr. Robotnik again, and just some of his one-liners. I wish I could remember the one that I was trying to remember from last night, but unfortunately I wasn't able to film this review last night because I had to finish the movie last night, and then before I went to work, and I just didn't have time to film my review, unfortunately, so I'm filming it in the morning, but I'm doing the best I can with what I remember. But the technology that he had, so in this movie, Dr. Robotnik, he doesn't like people. Now, I can't really remember much about the game because it's been years since I've actually played a Sonic game. But this kind of makes me want to get back into it to find a console that, or even just a Sonic game. Yeah, I think probably, it was definitely on Nintendo's, right? Nintendo was because Sega. So I guess it would have been on the Sega Genesis first. That makes sense. And then I think Sega obviously did Nintendo games too, I believe, once Sega Genesis was no longer a thing. I think. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But anyhow, so yeah, his one-liners were perfect, and he doesn't like people, but he really relies on his technology because he knows he can trust it and control it and tell it what to do, and it'll do whatever it wants to do, or wants him to do. Yeah, it will do whatever it wants. It will do whatever he wants it to do, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my god. So, what else can I talk about? I guess the bar fight scene would be another one where it shows how fast Sonic truly is when he's moving faster than everybody else and is able to like create the whole bar fight scene by himself without anybody even realizing how quickly he's moving around the room. It's just really funny, that scene. And Dr. Robotnik is able to get a hold of one of Sonic's quills that he finds at Tom's house. When he first locates Sonic, it's actually at Tom's house. So now Sonic was trying to leave the planet to go to the Mushroom Planet in order to keep Earth safe. But when he gets caught by Tom, those plans are thwarted. He ends up seeing Tom's shirt that says San Diego and ends up dropping the rings on top of some sort of tower in San Diego. I can't remember the exact name of it. But, so yeah, that's basically their whole mission, is to get to San Diego to get the rings back. And Dr. Robotnik just keeps getting in their way. Tom's wife, or fiance, was it his wife or fiance? Maddie finds out. And her sister, Rachel, who was played by Natasha Rothwell, and Maddie was played by Tika Sumpter. Oh my god. Rachel was just rude the entire movie, like extremely rude. Just wanted, like, talking about them getting divorced, talking about calling the CIA on him after seeing him on TV. She passes out when she sees Sonic. So I was like, I guess she kind of got what she deserved in a way, because then they tie her up and sit her in the chair while they're trying to figure out what their next move is now. So they do end up making it to San Diego and getting the rings back. And then Dr. Robotnik catches up with them again, and by this time he has the power of the quill. So Sonic throws Tom and Maddie off of the tower, thinking that he's going to be able to just blow up all of Dr. Robotnik's things, to which he finds out that Dr. Robotnik can travel at the same speed as him. So there's this huge chase scene. He is able to save Tom and Maddie and throw them back into, I believe the town was named Greenwood. He throws them back into this barn at one of their neighbors' houses. And they were lucky. They were like a few feet off of the ground probably when Sonic finally caught up with them. So Sonic is able to finally kick Dr. Robotnik into the Mushroom Planet because Sonic decides that he doesn't want to leave Earth. He wants to stay on Earth. So then it shows Dr. Robotnik on the Mushroom Planet with his sidekick, with a stone that looks like his sidekick's head. So he's just kind of like throwing it ahead of him and then walking through the planet. And he says that he's going to find a way off this planet, even though it seems like it's next to near, or yeah, next to impossible to get off of it. But he says that he is going to find a way. So I'm thinking there's probably going to be a sequel to this movie, which I would love to see. And then there is a little cut scene with one of the other... now, I'm not sure what the other characters were in Sonic. It's like I said again, it's been so long, but there's a little cut scene with another one of them where they reach Earth, and I'm assuming they're looking for Sonic, but I can't remember the other creatures' names, so that doesn't really help much. But definitely go watch the movie for that cutscene, because I'm gonna have to look up the Sonic character names now just to remember all of them. But anyhow, I believe that's all I can talk about for this review. I think I've covered actually quite a fair amount for watching it last night, because usually I don't remember that much after working a full 8.5 hours, so I'm kind of surprised that I even remember that much. But anyhow, my rating of it is a 9 out of 10. I just feel like I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did go into it with lower expectations than I thought I was going to, and obviously the animation didn't bother me. I knew Sonic was going to be purely animated now, just because of the flaws and the total backlash they got for the original design. I don't even know if you could find an original trailer now with the old design of Sonic, but I'm sure you probably could somewhere. It was a little creepy. It was more like a horror movie than an actual, like, Sonic the Hedgehog kids movie with the nostalgia for the older people who used to play the games. But I'm glad they fixed that. So yeah, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I can't give it a 10. I just don't know. Yeah, I just can't give it a 10. It just wasn't quite good enough to get a 10, but we'll see what the sequel brings, and maybe that one will get a 10. If we get a sequel, I don't know if we're ever going to, but it would be nice to. But as always, like, share, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on this film if you have seen it. If not, definitely go watch it. It is worth the watch. They did fix everything again, like I said, probably beating the dead horse now with that comment, but they did fix it enough to make it an enjoyable film. So I would recommend going to see it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for now.